You know, I'm really shocked I haven't made a video like this since the Nintendo Switch 2's announcement. I mean, I know every other YouTuber's already done it, probably, and I'm probably way too late to be doing this, but I thought it'd be a good idea to do this before the Pokemon Presents drops, and things get a little bit crazy, because I imagine once that Presents drops, you know, no one's gonna want to care what you have to say in regards to anything about the Nintendo Switch for a good, like, couple weeks. I just thought it would be a good idea to get this video out of the chambers and just throw it out there. As you guys may or may not know, I am a human being on the planet Earth, and I want things, and Nintendo is here to deliver and satisfy my needs as a customer. And so as a customer, I wanted to create a wish list on things I would like to see, whether or not these are going to come to fruition or not, whether or not that, you know, Nintendo's even watching this video is a whole nother discussion in and in itself. But hey, you know, who's to stop me from sharing my opinion on the internet? Now, a little bit of warning, some of these things are not unique at all. Yeah, I too want themes as well, and I will go more into that in a second. But yeah, I know, crazy thought. I would also like to customize my Nintendo Switch as well. I am tired of the basic black and white. I mean, how can you call a whole section on the Nintendo Switch themes, plural, but only have like 2 themes? It's kind of like how in Mario Kart 2, wait, did I say Mario Kart? It's kind of like in Mario Maker 2, where there's an extra styles theme, but there's only Super Mario 3D World. They never added the extra style. So why is it called extra styles and not extra style? You know, it bothers me. All right, but anyway, getting onto the list now. Let's start with our first one. And this first one's kind of expected. It's not really something you ask for in a console. It's what you ask for from Nintendo. You know what I mean. I want more wacky third-party titles, and that's what I wrote word for word. I don't know if the titles themselves are wacky, but you know. The reason I request this is because while I do have a PC and I'm able to play a lot of games like Marvel Rivals and whatnot, I have a community of people on my Discord server. If you guys are watching this video, you know who you are. And I bring this up because a lot of them only have Nintendo Switches as their form of playing video games or any other like media out there. And I think it's really important to bring a lot of the popular games. Well, I mean, obviously it's hard. You can't just like put a game over immediately just because it's doing numbers. But there's just a lot of games out there that like I want my friends to play. I want my friends to play and experience so badly. I'm tired of playing Marvel Rivals in a Discord call, and half my friends can't join because none of them have good working PCs and all they have is a Nintendo Switch. I'm really hoping on the Nintendo Switch too, we get stuff like Marvel Rivals, My Side, Buckshot Roulette. I don't know. I'm just naming some random games that I'm playing right now. Needless to say, and I'm going to kind of jump back to this point a little bit later in the video with one of my other wish list requests, but I want Nintendo Switch to be a platform that you go to pretty much do just about anything you'd want to do. You know, I would like to not have to play all my games on my PC. I do it because I can, and I have a good running PC. But I mean, you know how cool it'd be to just pop on my Nintendo Switch and just play Marvel Rivals with the gang and, you know, barely have to do anything else? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I just want more cool third-party titles, all right? I know it's a basic request, but it'd still be cool. Next thing I got on my list, though, we got themes. Yes, I know. I'm going to keep this short because every YouTuber and their mother has said they wanted themes on the Switch. But yeah, it's because we only have 2 themes and we need more themes. We love customization, bro. I mean, have you seen Mario Odyssey and Animal Crossing New Horizons? Dude, we love customization, Nintendo. Why do you think we don't? Do you think we're scared of like customizing things? Like, come on. There's not really much to say here other than just do what the 3DS did and just create more wacky themes, have custom music, custom like UI icons, like the works, like do all that stuff. Like, come on, Nintendo. But speaking of customization, I know a lot of people probably are not mentioning this at all, which is crazy because at one point I feel like we were all like, well, it's probably because when Miitopia first released, we were all like, whoa, why isn't this a thing? But I'm bringing it back into the discussion because I feel like it needs to be a thing. But we need to get the Mii Maker from Miitopia into the Nintendo Switch Mii Maker, if that makes sense. It's insane to me how one of the most customizable character creators in gaming, I would argue, the crazy bold statement, one of the craziest customization option creators out there, and it's locked to this game. You can't use it for your Miis. You can use it for the Miis you play as in Miitopia, but you can't use it as your icon. You can't use it for Mario Kart. Like, what? Come on. Like, really? Really? Like, I don't understand. Because, and the craziest thing is, the original Miitopia didn't have the insane customization feature that it does now in the Switch version, as far as I'm aware, from what I've been told. It wasn't as insane as it was on the Switch port. So it begs the question, why did they go all out if the Mii creator isn't going to be used anywhere else other than this game? I don't know. I don't know. It bothers me, and it's going to bother you guys too now. Anyway, moving on to another thing I like to see on the Nintendo Switch. This kind of goes back to what I said earlier about how I want the Switch to be a platform for everybody to go on, no matter what kind of gamer you are, what kind of person you are. Being able to use the Nintendo Switch for just about anything you'd want. And let me just say, I've been using the crap out of Netflix, all right? I've been watching a lot of Suits, Dan to Dan, the works, all right? I'm watching a lot of stuff. Crazy combo, I know. Needless to say, Crunchyroll and YouTube aren't cutting it anymore. We need stuff like Netflix and Prime Video. We need streaming services on the Nintendo Switch. I want to be able to fall asleep with my Nintendo Switch playing some B-roll from Netflix, from whatever show I find, and I fall asleep to it in my bed while that's going on, all right? I know I own a PS5, all right? So I know I have no room to be complaining because I do this already on my PS5. But it would be so cool to do it on the Switch because I'm gonna be real, I don't really like using the PS5 that much. I mean, it's pretty fun, the UI is cool, the sound effects are cool, like, yeah, the general, like, overlay, like, it's really nice. It's really nice and intuitive. But I'm also kind of a Nintendo fanboy, so I kind of prefer Nintendo's way of doing things a little bit. It's weird. But you know, Nintendo, if you would like to get more time out of me on your console, maybe you could take advantage and put Netflix on there so I could binge and watch things for hours on end. All right, moving on to another thing I'd like to see on the Nintendo Switch. And this is kind of another one that, like, a lot of people are asking for. So I know I'm not really original here, but we're going to need some higher graphical fidelity and games running smoother. Basically, we're going to need 60 frames per second. Basically, they need to be locked 30 frames or locked 60 frames. Like, they cannot be dipping anymore on the Switch 2. There's just no excuse. I bring this up because also I'm playing Echoes of Wisdom currently, and that game is dipping frame rate for absolutely no reason, which is doubly insane to me because Xenoblade X, which is a port on the Wii U, is coming to the Switch 2, which is also insane to me because Xenoblade X is coming to the Switch in less than a month, and it runs buttery smooth as far as I'm aware. So I don't get what the problem here is. I really don't know if it's just me getting older kind of problem. I don't know like what it is. I don't know why this like bothers me. Like back in the day, I didn't used to be this like hard pressed about frames per second and, you know, resolution, but now like it bothers me, dude. Like noticing it, like it bothers me. I want to be immersed into a world, and when a game dips like that, you know, it bothers me, all right? In my last video, I talked about my top 10 Nintendo Switch titles, and Age of Calamity was on that list. And I'm gonna be real, it probably would have made it higher on that list if it didn't dip in frame rate, like, all the time when you're playing the game. Like, it's so bad. Like, the game is so lucky that I like pretty much everything else about it, and that gets it a pass for being on that list. Because if we're talking, like, graphics and, like, how well it ran, like it would not be on a top 10 Nintendo Switch list at all. And this one's kind of like more wishful thinking. I don't think they're gonna do it, but a lot of people are asking for like updates on like old like software, not like old software, but I'm talking like, you know, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and whatnot, like games that could use like an updated, you know, a patch or whatever for the Nintendo Switch 2 to run better. A lot of people are thinking that like, oh, you know, if we just put the game on the next console, it's gonna run better. That's not how it works, guys. It was coded to run bad. It's unoptimized, all right? I bring that up because, yeah, you can't just throw it on a new console and suddenly it runs better. That's not how that works. It might, you know, have less strain, I guess, but like if it's programmed to run at a certain frame rate, it's gonna run at a certain frame rate, you know? So that being said, yes, I would like to see patches for games on the Nintendo Switch, on, you know, Nintendo Switch 1 titles, and I want to see patches go towards games that need it, so they can run better on the Nintendo Switch 2. Now that they would have the resources, time, I don't know about time, but they would definitely have the resources, and I feel like it'd be in their best interest. And I don't know, I think it would also be a good way for gamers to go back to the old games and see, you know, what the new changes are, what the new graphical fidelity updates are going to be, you know, because maybe we might have a short like Nintendo Switch launch year, and maybe like for the first year they're going to take a, you know, they're not going to drop that many games, so maybe they could just spend like the first year just updating some of their old games, and that could get a bunch of gamers like interested, you know? I don't know. I was talking about this since last year, and it'd be crazy not to bring it up here because, yeah, there's a lot of Nintendo Switch titles that need an overhaul. No offense to the Nintendo Switch, of course, and these games that I'm talking about, they are really good games. Not you, Scarlet and Violet. All right, now this one's a wacky one. I bet you no other Nintendo YouTubers brought this up, and if they have, I want a word. I just want to talk to them. I just want to talk. All right, guys, picture this. The Nintendo Badge Arcade from the Nintendo 3DS comes back, gets a massive overhaul on the Nintendo Switch. Like, think about it. That would be so cool. Obviously, there isn't really any room for the badges to go if we did get this. Like, the badges kind of worked because there was a lot of, like, icon space. And for the Wii U as well. I actually don't know if there was a badge arcade on the Wii U. But I know there was one on the 3DS. And there was a lot of room to put, like, these badges all over the place and, like, customize your home menu on your console. And the Nintendo Switch doesn't really have that problem. Like, they just have these big icons, and there's not really way to, like, minimize or, like, expand the view of them to see, like, the whole, like, range of titles you have. But yeah, if you guys don't know what Badge Arcade is, it's basically, like, you would spend, like, play coins you would get. You get these play coins by, like, running around with your 3DS, if I recall correctly. You would get these play coins, or you could spend real world money, I believe. You would do that, and you could get these badges or whatever. And a lot of them would be like Nintendo themed, you know, and some of them would be like limited time events for like certain upcoming games as well. It was so cool. And you could put stuff like the Majora's Mask Moon on your Nintendo 3DS home screen. Like, God, it was so cool. And then kind of the last thing I just want to see, and this is just because I'm a massive like completionist, you know, not to be confused with the charity fraud guy, but I just love 100% in games if I'm able to. If a game's like really fun, I want to be able to 100% it, and I want to feel rewarded. I want to be able to flex that achievement to my friends on the Nintendo Switch. And so I want achievements, all right? I know that's kind of a PlayStation and Xbox thing, but come on, how have we gone this long without achievements? Like, come on, Nintendo. If you want people to play your games longer, you want people to, like, you know, talk with their friends, flex, you know, share their achievements, share, you know, their activities, share their experiences with the game. I feel like you could do that with achievements, and you could make, like, wacky challenges and whatnot. And yeah, I don't know, the sky's the limit with achievements, you know, like, I don't even need to say much. Like, you already know the stuff they could do with achievements outside of, you know, the basic 100%, like, get all the items in each world or, you know, stuff like that. They could give you some interesting challenges where you have to go out of your box and do a certain thing to get a certain achievement. And it also allows for cute little references. I don't know. It makes it so that your game seems less corporate and more like, oh yeah, we the developers, we get it, we get it. This is funny. I don't know. I always did, like, because what is it? I completed Astrobot not that long ago, and dude, the achievement, like, names, titles on them, they were so funny. They made me like cackle in my chair as I was playing the game. I want achievements for doing some stupid crap, and I want some like cute flavor text with it. Like, come on, that'd be so cool. But anyways, that's kind of what I got for my wish list in regards to the Nintendo Switch 2. As always, you know, go in the comments, let me know what you guys would like to see on the Nintendo Switch 2. Do you agree or disagree with me and some of the things I'd like to see? If you disagree, tell me how wrong I am in the comments. I am more than down to have a discussion. I love discussion, so please do not be afraid to tell me how wrong I am. And with that, I am ending the video. I'm recording this on Friday, and the Marvel Rivals and Fortnite updates just came out, and I would like to play them and make videos for them on the second channel. Stay hydrated, stay cool, and I will see you all in another video. Bye bye.